This is your host, Mick, and today, for the next episode of Overdrive October, we have the Sericon that I am more than likely mispronouncing, or if I got it correct, I will pretend that I'm never doing anything wrong, which isn't pretending because I'm perfect. Anyways, we got the Sericon from Mojo Hand Effects. Now, Mojo Hand Effects does have another type of klone, being the sacred cow, but because I tend to want to see what different pedal manufacturers can do when they're able to have more fun with it, I chose this version instead, which they even describe it as beyond the ordinary clone. If you want to pick up one of these, I managed to find both this and plenty of other specific pedals that are a lot more, I guess, like boutique and different from just the normal people at Deathcloud.com, which is a shop that, well, obviously they sell pedals, but they managed to get a lot of brands that I don't see anywhere else, so I'm going to leave a link in the description to them, and they are actually very responsive and helpful for trying to find any of the pedals that I am missing within the collection. I am not affiliated with them. I could have been, but the way it works, I prefer my privacy. Anyways, but again, the link's down in the description for that, so just go ahead and, what's it called? Go ahead and check it out, just if you want some pedals that you wouldn't see, like just manufacturers in general that you wouldn't see, because it's more off by itself. So let's just go and show what the normal tone is. I'm using the Micro Core 2 in mono mode, obviously, so the tone I was using before anything, just to mimic some of the notes I was playing, was just, which y'all can hear is pretty thin, and then of course mimicking the same note. It got it a lot different. So to describe each of the different things that we have, level is level. Treble is still the post-distortion control of high frequencies. Blaze, now this is one of the newer parts that's actually really neat. Blaze itself is a low-pass filter that works with the other gain stages here, which gain is for the second gain stage and drive is for the first gain stage. And then this filter, you can go ahead and work between it. So just to go and show everything off, let's get all the knobs down to 0 as we do, and then we will go ahead and work. So just to have level, let's just do a nice mid-level there, as I think that'll be the best way to go about it, which obviously nothing can really be heard, but there is a tone there. And then obviously I can't affect Blaze because obviously there's nothing there, so we're going to now let's do drive up to the top and then start affecting Blaze. as you can see, when you max everything out, you can get to a very specifically harsh noise that gets to the very end of it, which, I mean, to some people, myself included, that can be potentially useful depending on the application that you want to go for. So, to go ahead and mark out a little bit more, let's go ahead and find another tone that I feel like messing with. Currently, the first tone I was working with is a bit of a pad with an arpeggiator, obviously. So let's try and find something that would be a lot more, let's think, what would be nice? Maybe... let's actually have some fun with this. So that was a little bit of just having fun with it because, again, just a normal tone is just. It's a very basic tone. Just taking that. Besides the muffling I did on this style, or like when I was starting, I tried to modulate it as I was playing to get a more wider perspective. But what I can say is that this is a very fun pedal, just because I like anything that gives me a filter to be able to work between different gain stages, as that gives a lot of extra tonality, especially when you're modulating in between, to be able to work with it. The only thing I would add is if you're doing a filter, maybe have an expression pedal slot to work the filter, because that might be kind of fun, at least in my opinion. But as it stands, I like this pedal. It's nice. It's a good pedal here. I'm glad I got this version here. So this is $199.99, $200. I know their Sacred Cow, I believe, is $170. So I mean, $30 more, and you get this much more functionality. I can't. Like I can't talk against it. This is a very smart thing. And also, just one funny thing: they're the only company I've ever seen give a beer koozie and a pedal box. That's actually really cool of them. I didn't expect to see that ever in the pedal box, but I guess they expect you to really make sure you're drinking heavy while playing with this pedal or something like that. Very cool. That's actually very unique. I enjoyed that. That's very nice of them. So let's just go into the points now. Construction, it's solid, came with feet, feels nice. These knobs, even though they're plastic, I like the texture on them. They're very responsive, very solid. The switch itself doesn't have a click to it. It is a softer style switch, but it is it's locked in there. The jacks feel good. The power feels fine. It's a normal 9-volt, as anyone would see. And like I said, I can't fault it. Because it's got the really nice knobs here. Even though there's not metal, I would go ahead. I'll give it a 4.28 out of 5 for construction. Feels solid. I like it. For the sound itself, for Klon form factor, is it shaped like a Klon? No. But let's go for the sound itself. But then it says this is more than beyond the ordinary Klon, which it is. I can give it that. For how it's gone and increased the sound and done a lot more about it, I can easily say that I do enjoy this pedal. I like the filter. I cannot recall, as of yet, of the ones I've reviewed, if there has been one with a filter built into it between 2 separate gain stages. That's unique. That's very cool. 4.985 out of 5. Because the only difference I'll use is, like I said, add a little expression pedal to be able to control the filter while playing. 5 out of 5 easily, but this is still a very new idea. And at least from what I've seen, there could be one out there I haven't found yet that does it, but have a filter in between 2 gain stages of a transparent overdrive. That is very cool. That is very different. That makes it a lot more useful and lets me really go and work between 2 different gain stages to get much more unique sounds out of whatever I'm working with. So the final score, we'll just give it a 4.89992854 out of 5 is a very good number. Great job. Anyways, this has been your host, Mick. Go ahead and leave a comment on what you think about this pedal, or go ahead and talk about any other of the Klon clones out there, or if you are aware of any other Klon clones that do a filter like this, as I would love to hear about them. Also to make sure I'm not missing any, obviously. Go ahead and like the video, as it does help the reach of the video. As if you do want to see more about Klon synthesizers or anything like that, please go ahead, like it, and share it with your friends. If you have any, or if you're like me and don't have any, I don't know, man, just share it to random people in a coffee shop and hope someone doesn't think you're weird. Which they will, because you see how my videos are structured. This is not good for getting other people attracted to you if you're trying to flirt by showing them my videos. Skill issue. But go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed. It also helps the growth of the channel, and I'm trying to approach the next goal is 500 subscribers for the next milestone of whatever this channel is going on about, just because I think that's when what's it called, like channel memberships or whatever that is. And whenever I do get channel memberships, I will give absolutely nothing for them. That is just to give me money. I don't know why anyone would. Because the whole thing is I do prefer to do the upload schedule regardless, because it helps me with pacing. So I really don't know what I can legitimately offer besides I don't know. I think you can upload your own emojis. I'll draw something funny, and you can put those little things in the comment section then. But once again, if you have any other people that would know that would like klon synthesizers and klon clones, just go ahead and share it around, like and subscribe, as it is helpful. But as it does sit at the end of the day, this is once again been your host, Vic. Thanks for watching. Bye.